The time for empty talk is over.
Yo guys, what's going on? And welcome back to the Pint&Politics YouTube channel. We are back now after Christmas, after New Year. New Year knows already. We are going to actually get a decent upload schedule now.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, he's vegan now, yeah. But we have a fantastic guest in Gav today.
Hello.
Conservative Party member.
Used to be head boy at my old school and subject ambassador for politics. And I also worked in government, and I grew up in Greater London. These guys didn't, they grew up in the north where there's poverty. Carry on.
Also
we can have a debate on that one.
Also known as a special kid at school. So,
do you know my manager, yeah?
Yeah.
Yesterday, he literally said to me, "Are you special?" Like, he thinks I'm a proper retard.
I rest my case, Your Honour. So, starting off today, Luke, what you got starting off?
We've got the Atlantic Pale Ale from Sainsbury's.
Sainsbury's?
Obviously, try a new one every single time I come on.
What's it taste like? Any good?
It's not light, it's quite strong, but it's one of my favourite type
What
of beer.
percentage is it?
What is it? 4.5, so it's not really strong in terms of like strength, but like as in the taste, it's quite
Would you recommend? Yes.
Yeah, definitely would. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
So, Gav, what you got?
I've got a Corona. You can get these in Weatherspoons, 2 for $5.
Okay.
I think it works.
It's just standard, really. It's nothing special. I wanted to get a hooch, but I didn't have any time left. This is 4.5%.
Yes.
So,
do you prefer it with a lime, without?
You got to have a lime.
Yeah, got to.
Obviously, we don't just have limes,
I got it from like the local shop in it, so.
Yeah, exactly. You don't just have limes lying about. And then I've got a VOE. Fuck knows. It's 5%. It's a sweetened milk stout.
Yeah, every time I watch these podcasts, you're always drinking like a girly drink.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
He's got the man.
No, but this time, right? 5%. I'm big man today. I've got my big boy pants on.
Got the strongest one.
I have. It's alright, but right, I'm gonna go on a bit of a rant.
I know what you're
So, beer 52, you know you are, dickheads, right?
Racist alert coming.
Basically, I ordered a kit on the 29th of November from you for your little £5 deal where you get like 10 beers for £5. You pay post and packaging. It's now, what, the 20th of January?
It's still
not got it. You sent me a replacement, still not got it. Bunch of shit. Probably lost a future brand deal, but yeah.
Wank over.
Fuck beer 52.
Get that trending, boys.
Exactly, yeah. Hashtag, come on, get it into Twitter. Fuck beer 52. Get it trending. I want it trending within the UK within 48 hours.
After the upload, anyway.
Yeah, after we upload, obviously. Yeah. Obviously,
Obviously not filming live.
Yeah, I know, yeah. We'll get there one day. We'll get to live stream one day. But, right, starting off, so, with us just coming back, we've missed a bit.
World War 3 happened.
Yeah, and the political...
You haven't done that bit yet?
No, we've gone away, haven't we? This is first.
What was your last topic of
You don't watch our videos, I'm just fuming.
No, I've
seen one of them.
I think it was the election, wasn't it? Election recap. Why people lost, why people... I'll tell you what, right, we'll start with that, right? So, you're a Conservative Party member, yeah?
Yeah.
Are you not happy about it?
Right, alright, the closest thing to it, right? So, first off, who did you vote for? For people, who did you vote for, Hunt or Boris?
Mr. Hunt.
Why?
I just found Boris to be like, do you know, in debates and stuff like that?
Yeah.
He always thought he was above scrutiny. You know, around the time, like, he didn't want anyone knowing about his family or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Anytime he got questioned, he'd just try and do the standard Boris, where it's just like, he'll try and bypass it. Don't get me wrong, Hunt weren't perfect, but when he was like NHS, I don't know too much about that, but obviously a lot of people did say he fucked up on the NHS.
Yeah.
But at least he had the balls to say, yeah, I got it wrong, and he was quite accountable for that. Like, do you know when Boris got questioned about, was it the Iranian journalist? I'm like, oh, fuck. You know, he said some words as Foreign Secretary, that journalist
one?
I was thinking
that too. But do you know the Iranian journalist? I forgot the whole story. You guys will probably
know. Nazanin Zaghari?
Yes, that one.
The one who's been in prison in Iran.
It's just
spying claims,
like
which are most likely false.
His careless words kind of got her in trouble, and then when he was questioned about the facts, it's just again he doesn't really want to talk about it. He just can't be
He ran away from that journalist as well. From,
he did
avoid
hide in a
asking
fridge.
questions.
I know it sounds stupid because every politician is a bit like that, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just, if you're
That's why we do
representing-
politics, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
it was just picking the least shit one.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to swear
pick-
here?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course,
Cool,
mate.
Christian.
Yeah.
Anyone's done
It's
with it.
picking the best of a bad bunch. Yeah.
Mm.
Right. Okay then. In
Oh
retrospect,
shit!
it's good.
No, it's alright.
Is it going?
No,
It's not going. In fact, oh, shut this window.
Yeah, it's pretty.
it's gone to a great start, really.
Right. The sound probably sounds shit. Well, I'll go close the other window. Right. In retrospect, was it a good idea voting for Hunt, or would you rather have voted for Boris? In retrospect,
That's a good question.
thinking about would Hunt have got the commanding majority that Boris now has?
That is one thing I did say before. Actually, before voting Hunt or Boris, the only reason what would make me vote Boris is he gets votes. He just knows how to do it. It's like his campaign slogans, such as like "Get Brexit Done." It's like a masterpiece, isn't it? It just sticks in
works.
your head, doesn't it?
It's like Trump's MAGA, Make America Great.
Literally, it just gets
quick,
programmed
get
into
Brexit
your
done.
head.
Yeah.
And and to be fair, and the majority he got, like Boris Johnson, he's won seats in. I mean, he's won votes in London to become the mayor of London.
Is it twice?
Yeah,
Is it twice?
I think it was twice. I'm not sure, but like he just knows how to do it. It's like bread and butter with him.
Would you say it's like part of like a charisma thing? So I mean, we were talking about today in uni, talking about more that probably wins votes is like charisma. So if you put,
I actually think personality is the biggest one.
yeah,
because
I don't think people look too much at actually what I mean. People obviously look at the politics, but if you look at Hunt versus Boris, you're like, well, Boris is going to win. He's got that more
it's like,
outgoing personality.
Jeremy Corbyn.
Yeah.
People just didn't like him, did they?
Well, I think, I mean, there's Labour Party members who say he was stale. He didn't have that, that personality, that outgoing kind of like.
Like, do you know what I
a
think?
bit of a nasty persona as well. I reckon.
Sorry for going a little bit off topic, but do you know what I think Labour should go for? Jess Phillips, because I could imagine her in a general election, people liking her. Don't get me wrong, I don't agree with what Jess Phillips has to say. Like, didn't she say in an interview yesterday about how people at the top should just give women a chance, as in like in the Labour Party?
I think I think it's because there's now that many women running. I think there's only one guy who's on the ballot so far. So I guess it kind of look as if he kind of give it to who's Keir Starmer. I think. I think if they give it to Keir Starmer, it's
Jonas said he likes him.
He's got a few. Interestingly, so it looks like I'm not making any promises. I spoke to Jonna today. We'll probably get him on the next one.
Hi Jonna. Hope you're proud of me.
We'll probably get him on the next one where we will go fully into depth about the Labour leadership race, because I don't have a clue. You don't have a clue.
Not really.
I
know who's running.
Yeah, I know who's running.
We
but
don't know much about the.
fly.
Where is it? I don't know.
It'll keep flying about.
I was going to ruin the podcast.
No, but we will get him on next week and go into depth because we have no idea. We can tell you all about it.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, of course.
No, I was just doing.
Oh, you're doing his voice?
Sorry.
Oh, okay.
That was really bad. I let myself down.
Sorry, for God's sake. So, overall then, if you could have gone back, would have you done the same thing and picked Hunt, or would you have gone Boris? Oh, right, okay. If you could have put in that general election, would have you rather have had Hunt, or would you rather have Boris?
Now we've got the benefit of hindsight.
Yeah.
I'd probably just say Boris, even though I don't like him.
Yeah.
It's just we needed to get.
You can now do what you want. Yeah.
We
You need to get
wanted
Brexit.
Yeah, get Brexit.
Like that.
That's it.
I know I'm just copying the campaign slogan, but it's true.
Some people might think, he's saying it again, but it sticks in your head.
It does. It
I mean,
was
to me, you probably said it a bit too much.
What was Labour's manner? Like, what was their slogan?
But no, I don't think they had one. It's for the many,
But
not for the few. But they've had that for a long time. But that they don't. Yeah, they didn't exactly have a get Brexit negotiated within 3 months and then have a second referendum in 6 months. That's not as catchy. But,
No, it's not as good.
Yeah, isn't that like a shit negotiation stance though? Like, you're going into the room and you're...
Because the EU will naturally give you a shit deal. Because they know that you're going to have a referendum. So if it's either we stay here and we got this deal, where the EU will just give you a shit deal, and then we'll go, well, that's shit, we don't want that, we might as well just stay in.
I think for the average voters as well, it was kind of a confusing stance. It's like, I just couldn't get me...
Well, I think most people who aren't fully political active like we are just really didn't know. They just want a straightforward answer of, are you leave or are you stay? You know, people obviously looked at Lib Dems, looked at Joe Swinson and thought, okay, you'll stay, but that's backward.
Joe Swinson, what happened with her?
She lost her own seat. But yeah.
Got that was a car crash, wasn't it?
Didn't she
Well,
say at the start, like, she could be Prime Minister?
Yeah.
Didn't she say something like that?
So I quit too
Yeah,
soon.
quite
or something.
Oh, fucking hell, like,
Yeah.
how did it go so
It's,
sad?
But no. So, in retrospect, you would have had Boris.
Yeah. I feel like I can't stand that, yeah.
Right, moving on from that then, probably the biggest event that probably we've missed while we've been
World
away.
War Three. World War Three.
Yeah, it's World War Three.
Oh, look at you.
So this kind of all started roughly with the drone strike on General Qasem Soleimani, who was the head of Iran's Revolutionary Guard, which is about 1 million strong fanatical army.
Didn't they kill like many of their own people and stuff like that?
Yeah, so the Iranian government killed the protesters.
How do people... Not everyone does this is just some people, but like they like defend some... I don't know, say that.
Defend Soleimani.
Yeah.
So, I mean, well, okay, so I'll give the case for and against. So, for the killing of him, so interestingly, during that drone strike, Soleimani was killed with the head of a group that was actually the group that attacked the US Embassy in Iraq, in Baghdad. So the head of that group that attacked Soleimani was with when he died, and also died there as well, so that links them too. Like a previous week before that, a US contractor was killed via an Iranian-backed militia in a rocket attack on a base. And then there's been ongoing tensions in Iran for a long, long time. And the Pentagon also states that Soleimani is directly responsible. Well, obviously not for killing himself, but giving the orders or, you know...
So it's a threat to the US, basically.
Yeah, threat to the US. He's responsible for at least 600 US servicemen dying in Iraq during the Iraq War via Iranian-backed militias and other means. And he's also responsible for British troop deaths as well.
He's essentially a terrorist, right?
Yeah, he was.
People want to defend this guy. People want to defend Iran.
So he was technically a terrorist. Yes, okay, he was a government official, and he was second in Iran to the Ayatollah himself, Ayatollah Khamenei. But yes, he was technically a terrorist. Well, that's the case for. On the other side of the case against is people are calling it an assassination because he is a foreign official and he was killed on foreign territory. He was killed at Baghdad airport, which technically obviously isn't his own country, but again that kind of links back to the reasons for his why was he in Baghdad? Well, he was planning another attack on a US embassy or another US target because the Iranians have been going around nicking oil tankers, shooting down drones and stuff for a long time, attacking Saudi oil facilities. They've been doing things like this for a long time, and the people who nick the oil tankers are the Islamic Revolutionary Guard, of which he's the commander of. So
I know that was it ISIS? They sort of welcomed the killing of Soleimani.
yeah, so that's interesting. So ISIS at the moment, their last strongholds are in Syria, fighting against Bashar al-Assad, the dictator of Syria. The weird thing about Syria is, defence for Soleimani is it was fighting ISIS. The problem with that is, Assad in Syria is fighting the rebels. The rebels are kind of intermingled with ISIS because the rebels need ISIS, their manpower and their guns to fight back against Assad. But that's Assad's excuse for flattening Syrian cities. So he'll flatten them and bomb his own people to the ground, and he'll say he's fighting ISIS.
It's a bit like...
Which technically yes, but you're also bombing the people who are rebels who are also fighting for democracy.
This is a really shit example, but it's a bit like Soviet Union and Nazis fighting each other in the war. They're both pricks. It's just...
equally as bad, and interestingly, Stalin, through his purchase, did kill more people than him. And through, his communist...
Yeah.
Well done, Hitler, mate. You didn't kill as much as Stalin.
Bloody
Yeah.
competition.
Hitler probably...
I just say I'm not defending him.
not defending neither of them, but if you're going on KD ratio, Stalin's way ahead. And then
You've got
if you
more kill
want,
streaks than...
if you want to go even further, then you go Chairman Mao China.
We would just like to apologise to the families affected by this.
If you're
I had to
affected, there'll be a help
apologise.
number
Absolutely
of
nobody.
How has this happened?
I don't know.
But no, so through the killing of Soleimani, the Iranians obviously have to save face, and they have to show to their own people that they are strong and they're not going to take this. So in retaliation, the Iranians, through the direction of Ayatollah Khamenei, fired rockets at 2 Iraqi air bases, both containing US troops. The funny thing was, the Iranians told the Iraqis they were going to do it, so then the Iraqis went and told the Americans. So the Americans went and moved all the troops anyway. So Iranian state television said they'd killed 30 odd US troops. In reality, no one was killed or injured. It was literally just the Iranians throwing the toys out the pram to save face, and go, we're not going to take this.
Yeah, because imagine if you're like the Iran government, you can't just do nothing about it.
Yeah, so there were quite possibly millions of mourners, and I'm saying that in air quotes because it's a bit like North Korea. If you don't go out onto the streets and cry...
Hey, they were crying, mate.
You're getting taken in the middle of the night.
They do the same in North Korea.
Thing is, that was not acted well. Like, what was the guy, Kim Jong-un's father?
Kim Jong-il.
He's old, man.
Yeah, Kim Jong-il, yeah.
Yeah, Kim Jong-il, that's
Yeah,
like a little...
he cried, to be fair, when his dad died. He died on an escalator, apparently. Yeah, apparently, yeah.
How the fuck did you just drop dead in an escalator?
I think it was a heart attack. So.
I'm worried when I go to the escalator when I get home.
Yeah, no, yeah. But no, no.
I mean, it's not as bad as Elvis who dropped dead in the toilet, but...
Yeah. Unfortunately, though,
50
50 people did die at Stampede during the morning. And I think there were 3 days of national mourning in Iran. But I think now tensions have calmed down, there's more embargoes on the Iranians. They've thrown the toys out the pram. I think if they would have killed any US citizens or any US servicemen, I don't think Ayatollah heads would have been connected
Just
to
a
Ayatollah.
quick question,
Yes.
because as we know on Pint&Politics, we like to educate ourselves.
Yes.
Is Iran a totalitarian government?
Yes, it's a theocracy.
Can you please explain that to the viewers?
So
Basically myself.
So basically, Iran is run through religious principles and through a religious.
The Quran, basically.
Yeah.
The Allah, sorry.
Yeah, basically, it's run via Quran, but a certain interpretation of the Quran, which is Shia. So there's basically
Sunni and Shia.
Yeah, the Sunni and Shias. The Saudis are Sunnis, the Iranians are Shias. It's basically how you interpret Muhammad's words, as far as I'm aware. And basically, they really, really hate each other. But yeah, so that's how Iran is run. It's run through religious theocracy, and also the people who run it do not take distance. If you protest, you will die. I mean, there were protests recently via students, and there were a couple of years ago there were students and they massacred thousands of them. And there were ones recently, but basically the entire world was watching.
So they couldn't do it.
I think they shot a couple. I don't know if there were any deaths, but I've seen reports of people being injured. But yeah, it's not going to change anytime soon.
No.
Unfortunately. But that was basically World War III when the Iranians retaliated and there was reports of...
TikTok was amazing on World War III.
Oh, for God's sake.
I knew you'd bring that up.
Sorry,
Why, go on, explain to everyone what was happening on TikTok.
So TikTok, first of all, for our viewers that don't know what it is a little platform, a bit like Vine.
Run by the Chinese.
Yeah, so it's basically musically rebranded, but it's basically Vine 2.0.
Yeah. That's
But anyway, go on, what was happening on TikTok?
It just blew up with World War III memes. It was amazing.
I did enjoy
Reddit was very, very similar.
Yeah.
It was just World War III memes.
So I saw something on Twitter.
Yeah.
Brilliant. People defending Iran is like chickens defending KFC.
I know, yeah.
Did you see that?
Blair White tweeted that, yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was hilarious when I saw it.
By the way, just a quick, I don't work for KFC, but they are doing a vegan burger right now, so check that out. Anyway.
Why are you saying that? You work for McDonald's.
Shut up, man. I didn't really want to drop that in. I'm trying to quit.
Getting fired in the morning.
Oh, mate, he actually said I've got special needs. Like, anyway, so...
But yeah, no, that's basically World War III in a nutshell. Okay, right. I mean, I personally, it's probably obvious, I agree with you killing a son man. What would you have done it differently? Would you have not killed him? Would you have left him?
The only thing I will say is the tensions, isn't it? But then it's already fucked.
But it's how far are those tensions really going to go? I guess is the argument back to it.
I mean, he's an evil guy, so it's not. So it's hard because I don't even want to defend this guy.
No, yeah, I think you're trying to defend it in the point of like escalation.
But then he was about to attack an embassy, wasn't he?
Well, it was already done the week before, but according to the Americans, it was quite possible that he was planning a new attack on US servicemen.
Okay, yeah.
But again, that's according to the Pentagon.
So for like defence, Yeah.
I feel like, yeah, he had to go.
Of a national
He had to
security.
go.
I had to go. See you later, mate.
It's time to go.
It's time to go.
Give it to Giggsy to the end of the season.
What about you, Luke? What do you think? Kill him, not kill him?
Yeah, kill him.
Kill him?
Yeah, it was a threat to, like, obviously the Americans living in Iraq and Iran. Sorry,
Mm-hmm.
it was just possible, like the attack he was planning to do. We're gonna kill people. That was his intention anyway. So I feel like he definitely had to go for America's sake.
Agree, mate.
I was filming shit out of that one.
Cheers, mate.
That's a very rare side.
Oh,
of
I've got a
vaccine,
topic.
Go on then.
It is, well, it's not really political, I don't know. Royal
You can
family.
bring it up if you want.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
the
we
royal
can do that,
the royal
yeah.
family.
Yeah, I
that's
thought that
very
was a good topic,
Yeah,
innit?
yeah,
Wait,
that's very
come
good.
on!
Yeah. Right, okay, Gav, you start us off then. Royal family. You set the scene. You give us your opinion.
Oh shit, man. You're good at the.
Do you want me to set? I'll set the
Yeah,
scene
yeah.
without giving an opinion. So, in recent weeks, or the past week,
Maybe
the
2 weeks now,
yeah,
wasn't
the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. I
Mhm.
believe that's their full titles. Well, not anymore.
it? Meghan and Harry.
Yeah, Prince
Meghan and Ginge.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle basically put out a post on Instagram saying they're stepping back from royal duties and being
No more public funding for them.
basically stepping back from being
He still wants to carry
Proper
on though,
roles.
because do you know he's got them 14 or something charities, like the Invictus
Yeah.
game? Because he's done well with that, Harry.
Oh,
to be
yeah.
fair. The Invictus games. That's
I've always
his
enjoyed them,
success.
what's the thing. So he's basically what he did. He wants to step back from being a major royal, and basically in the post it said him and Meghan want to become financially independent. And recently, I believe was it yesterday or the day before, they dropped her
HRH title.
Yeah, her Royal Highness.
His Royal Highness.
You know, His Royal Highness, whatever. They dropped those titles and they are paying back the 2.5 million quid they used of public money
To renovate their house.
yeah, to renovate the house. Which
What
is
about the wedding?
Brilliant.
Because isn't that tax power?
They're not going to pay that back. And I guess
Never.
I guess
Don't know what you're talking about.
yeah, I guess the argument for them not paying that back is they were still part of the royal family then, and I guess another one is the amount of tourism that brought,
Oh, to be
especially
fair.
from the American side.
Oh,
the
they're
amount,
fucking
the amount of
fanatical about
economic
that,
boost
yeah.
that
Honestly.
probably brought through tourism.
A royal wedding, like London, just gets absolutely rammed, like packed to the brim. Like,
You would know that, wouldn't you? Because you.
well, I'm not from central London. Man. I'm trying to tell you this. Like, I'm probably I'm near Kent, but Greater London. Like,
All right. Yeah.
yeah.
Basically, he's not been stabbed yet, so he's not a real London.
Oh, shut up! I can hold
Shut
the
up.
life, mate.
Yeah.
Metropolitan Police, if you're watching, please don't.
So come on then, Gav. What's your opinion on it?
Was Harry right to step down? And was Meghan right to step down?
Do you think they should be stepping down? Do you think it's what do you think of it?
I'm of the opinion, to be honest, if they want to,
Mhm.
they can.
Yeah.
As in, because I think with him it's to do with the press, isn't it? That's his main.
Yeah, so I guess he has the fear, and I guess he's probably of the opinion that the press killed his mother. I mean, Diana was, and I
Because
think
she was the car was towed by the press, weren't they? And then the
Yeah.
driver tried to speed away from it, sort of thing, and then
Yeah, I mean, there's
accidentally
a whole
crashed.
conspiracy behind it.
Mm.
But Diana was the most photographed woman in the world, and still is, I believe, to this day. So yeah, according to Harry, the press killed his
I
mother.
do feel a little bit because he had to walk do you know the funeral?
Behind his mother's coffin
Like,
on national television.
on national television, that is hard.
I mean, obviously William did the same thing, and I don't know whether it's because he's the bigger brother, he stays strong.
Yeah.
But maybe that's probably affected his mental health.
I always
God
think
knows
that
how.
Harry, because throughout the years, hasn't he, he's been rebellious with the press. With the press, that is.
Would you say that's because he knew he'd never get the throne? Because you've got Queen Elizabeth II at the moment, the Queen. Below her is then Charles, but he's knocking on a bit anyway. But he'll probably still go for a few more years.
Mm.
Then there's William, but he probably already knew that William would have kids, because then William's kids jump in front of him, because Harry's sixth in line to the throne. So he probably knew he'd never going to get it, so what's the point? He doesn't have to keep too much of a public image, because he's never going to be king.
Mm.
I think, because everyone likes Harry because he's Diana's son. Like, Diana, in a way, although they had that bit when she died where it was really bad, she kind of did, improve the royal family quite a lot.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people connect it. I think everybody loves
So
it.
everyone always sees her as Diana's son.
That's what I think everyone...
She related a lot to the.
And
Yeah,
English
everyone really liked Diana, to be honest.
like, I don't know, because I think
I mean, we weren't old enough, but you know, we can get his parents to tell us how much everyone loved Diana.
Yeah.
You know, and there's documentaries about it.
Yeah, because she did that thing though. Do you know like HIV?
Child to
Because there was that
Yeah.
thing that apparently all gay people or something like that, or homeless, I'm not sure what it was, had HIV or whatnot. I don't know.
Right, yeah.
There was like that whole crisis, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was.
And then she shook hands with.
Someone with HIV.
Yeah.
Yeah, and everyone was like, "Oh, it's not that bad."
I described that poorly, but
Yeah, I believe the thing was there was a massive panic about HIV and the HIV virus, and Diana basically on national television shook someone's hand who had HIV to prove that it wasn't this like zombie type disease that's going to kill you if you just shake hands with them. You know, these people are still people. You know, but she also did massive things with landmines.
Yeah. Walk through that landmine.
Yeah, there's a famous pictures and video of Diana walking through a field of landmines. She was part of so basically a lot of like places like Croatia and stuff and Bosnia that like in those kind of wars in the 90s they were full of landmines, and there was a lot of places in Africa full of landmines, but because of Diana and her work a lot of them were cleared away. So basically she was a very, very courageous and
young woman.
Yeah, very good courageous young woman. But anyway, back to
that's the thing, because I just think as a royal family he's always grown up with the press always in his face, because didn't they once get a photo of Kate Middleton nude or something like that, the press, or it was something?
Yeah, I think it was down a chateau in France.
But he's just always had the press in his family always coming at him, and obviously he's got Diana's example.
Yeah.
And the more like grief, it will never go away, will it?
No,
you just learn to deal with it over
Yeah.
time. I just think he's he can't. He's now a dad,
Yeah.
and
he's going to protect his family.
you can't like in his mind. I imagine it's like I don't want to risk anything. I don't want to bank on the 1%. Like
exactly. Yeah.
So he's. And also he served for us in the country.
He has done 2 tours of Afghanistan.
Like I know people
Can't
say
say
he's
that,
neglecting duty, but then he's literally served for us.
Well, that's what I mean. He's done
Like,
2
done a lot
tours.
more than what other
That's what I mean.
people
He's
have
done 2 tours of Afghanistan. That's more than I'm fucking done. He's more than a lot of people.
I mean,
We haven't even done a tour of Sheffield yet. Like,
Exactly, yeah.
2 tours of Afghanistan.
No, literally, I can't even walk up the stairs because I'm a bloody smoker. But like, I think the Invictus Games he's done so well, and he still wants to carry on doing these public
He
work.
still wants to do his charity
So
work.
do
He
you know
just
what?
doesn't want the public money from it.
And now, if that means less press, like, do you know what? Let him do that. Like,
I think the only thing
What do you think?
I think he's well within his right to step down, because he's had 2 tours of Afghanistan, done a lot of I think we need something to do with the Coast Guard, like
Yeah,
flying
lifeguards
helicopters.
RNLI.
Yeah, obviously his mother's died, which was obviously a horrific event. The one thing that I think he should have done better is that he should have told the Queen, because
he did just lay it on her, didn't he?
it was like piss off, see you later.
Yeah.
But like, apart from that,
there's work
done
done about it, isn't there?
Yeah, he's never going to get like kingship.
Although
So
I've got
I
a
don't
quick
blame him.
question for you, two beautiful gentlemen. What do you think of Meghan Markle though? Do you like, because this is the thing, although I'm like, yeah, whatever, you can do what you want.
Do you want to go first?
I
Or-
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, go on.
So, right, I think she didn't know what she was getting herself into. I think growing up over in America, growing up through
Different
Hollywood,
culture.
she thought, going to be a princess, she's going to ride around on horseback, she's going to be an aristocrat, basically do whatever she wants. She didn't realise she'd go after, open a disabled toilet at a swimming bath in Wrexham. Like, do you know what I mean? Like shit like that.
Yeah.
These crap royal duties, I don't think she expected to be that, it's pissing down outside. She didn't expect to be doing that. And I think she looked at him and this is fucking pointless.
Do you think she has a lot of... This is one of my things on it. Do you think she had a lot of influence on Harry with the decision to step down? Or do you think it was just Harry's decision?
I think
it was mutual. I think she probably had a lot to play in
But
it.
do you think she has taken
think
him
'cause
by... Has
their
she got
backgrounds-
him on a leash, do you think?
I know she's tried to...
I think it's more
tried
to-
to... I don't know.
I think it's not
not
to do with Harry trying to do it because he's now got a kid. It's a family. It's not just like
You
any
got-
old
yeah.
relationship, is it?
I heard stories of him possibly raising a child non-binary or something. I saw a newspaper article. Whether that's true or not, I have no idea.
That's what the world has come to.
Or apparently trying to make... I don't know, stop him going hunting or something, was it? Did she make him stop? Because apparently it was a tradition that him and William would go hunting or something, and then she basically told him to stop.
But then it's also vice versa because she's probably had to give up for like her acting career.
She's
She's got a voiceover deal with Disney.
Has she?
Yeah.
Shut up.
I swear.
No, yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think. I mean, as far as we're aware, I mean, correct us if we're wrong in the comments with anything.
Yeah, definitely.
But I'm pretty sure she now has I don't know what for anything, but apparently she signed a voiceover deal with Disney.
Okay, but for them 3 years, she did have to give up, like...
Suits.
Yeah, but you've got... Yeah, but you're Prince Harry's wife, you're part of the royal family, probably, if not the most famous family on the face of the earth. You're getting photographed, you've got press constantly. What's the point in being in... You're basically in your own movie.
Yeah.
Just without a director. There's no people...
Do you like the royal family? Just in general, do you think
I think they're good ambassadors for the country. I mean, apart from...
Good for tourism or not?
Apart from Prince Andrew.
Oh, what a guy.
Prince Andrew. Right?
He's a dodgy
he is a
geezer.
nonce.
Epstein didn't kill himself.
Yeah.
Right, let's be honest, yeah. It was a convenient place to stay, alright? Anyway,
No, I think...
Oh my god.
I think...
You saw that interview? Did you both see the interview?
It was
on
a
Newsnight?
car
Oh
crash.
my god.
No, that wasn't a car crash. That was a train on fire going into a thing of oil.
The thing is, the first 10 minutes, it was like the way he wanted it to go, the interview, and then after them 10 minutes, it just got
She started asking him real questions now.
Yeah, it's like...
Go on, love, get him. Go on.
Honestly, when was a Pizza Express in Woking an all-nighter, and how do you remember that? Prince Andrew, if you're watching this, you are a disgrace to your country.
It's to me, the thing that makes it fall
But he's an
apart.
Arsenal fan, so I like the guy.
The bit that makes it fall apart to me, right, is the sweating. So if you can't sweat, right? If you can't sweat, you can't, right? So his claim was, so there's Virginia Roberts' claim is that she was dancing with him in a nightclub. There's pictures of them together. He claims that's not his head on that body. But anyway, she claimed that she was dancing with him and he was really, really sweaty. Prince Andrew's claim was that because he got shot at in the Falklands War while he served there, he had a rush of adrenaline and doesn't sweat, or didn't sweat at the time. If you don't sweat, you can't regulate your body temperature. That's a serious medical condition. You could die, from being in a warm room with a radiator on.
In that interview, he could have just dropped dead.
Yeah, he could have dropped it. Well, apparently, he can sweat now.
Oh, can he now?
And interestingly, adrenaline has not really much to do
no
with
context.
sweat.
Ooh, how convenient.
And even though there are also pictures of him sweating at the time. But anyway, it was a proper car crash.
I think, though, the good thing about the royal family is they aren't political.
Yeah, they're
not meant to be. Anyway.
Yeah, they're not meant to be. So the royal family are meant to be apolitical.
Because the whole point of royal families, they're meant to unite the country. Look at a president, for example, where they are political. You can't unite a country.
Yeah.
Even if you're Obama, who danced on Ellen, making him the greatest president in the world.
I think, to me, the only argument for the royal family is the fact that they're ambassadors. So if there's a war-torn nation or something, or a nation that doesn't necessarily have good links to us or like us that much, if we send a member of the royal family, most likely they'll be like, we've seen Kate, we've seen William, we've seen Harry. It kind of ease relations. That and the economic argument of the amount they bring in tourism. Anything else, I'm pretty much a Republican. I couldn't give a shit if there was a royal family or not. I mean, I see it,
just to take over.
That's the thing. I'd love to see how much they spend of taxpayers' money and how much they bring in economic-wise. To be honest, see how
that would change a lot of people's opinion.
Yeah, in balance or out of balance. I'd love to see that. To be honest. If you know the numbers, or if you can find the numbers, put them down in the comments, please.
Queen, if you're watching, subscribe if you're new. Right, what was the next topic?
So we've done World War 3.
Has this moved too far this way, by the way?
No, it's alright, it's fine.
I mean, you can pull it a bit
We've got a new
closer
camera,
if you
so we can see now if it's fine. So
right, it's fine. Let's
We
not
can actually see
get
ourselves
distracted,
now.
right? Stay on
Alright,
track.
okay, I know one. So, tomorrow starts the coverage of Trump's trial of him getting kicked out of office.
I'm saying just going to quit.
So, right, I'll explain it for anyone who's at home. So, the House of Representatives, who's fully controlled by Democrats, have voted on 2 articles of impeachment and passed them, so Trump is technically impeached. So then now the articles move to the Senate. They've not been gone for a couple of weeks because Nancy Pelosi's been shitting herself and she knows the inevitable's coming. Basically. So the Senate is controlled by Republicans. It's a small majority, but it's enough. Trump has a 95% approval rating within his own party anyway. The president will be put on trial starting tomorrow, and basically the Senate will acquit him. On the articles of impeachment, within the US Constitution, for a president to be impeached, it has to be through high crimes and misdemeanors. Neither article of impeachment is a crime. The abuse of power, that's not a crime. That's it, right, Gav, imagine you're president of the United States. You push through an executive order that I don't like. I could say you're abusing your power. It's not illegal, you're just using your constitutional rights to use your office if you see fit. I could say you're abusing your power. It doesn't mean anything. It's not illegal. It's just the Democrats saying they don't like Trump. Orange man bad. The second article of impeachment is obstruction of Congress. Now, obstruction of justice, that's a crime. Obstruction of Congress isn't a crime. Basically, they're just pissed off that Trump has the constitutional authority to stop people from testifying. So if they want someone like Michael Bolton to testify, or someone like that, Trump has the constitutional authority and power to say, nah, he's not testifying, or, he can block documents, but he has that constitutional power.
The House have been trying to get him for just ages now.
I mean,
since he came into power.
You can look back on the day Donald Trump was sworn in. People were asking for impeachment. He'd not done anything. He'd literally as he'd
walked
sworn
into
on,
the Oval
he'd
Office.
sworn on the Bible, and people like was it Madonna who was outside?
Probably,
yeah. Literally were calling for him to be impeached. He'd not even done anything yet.
That's the thing. It's
he wouldn't get over
Before the
it.
House got over it, didn't they want to impeach Trump anyway?
Yeah,
They wanted to do him anyway. Like, I swear
they
they were
wanted-
planning that. Like,
yeah. No, so the trouble was, the House, which was controlled by Democrats, passed the articles of impeachment, which was expected anyway, with the Democrats. And Nancy Pelosi did the thing of passing them looking like Emperor Palpatine in a black dress. And then as she passed them, the Democrats started cheering, and she basically gave them a death stare, basically telling them, like,
I think they've been childish, to be honest, the Democrats.
Do you think he should be impeached or not?
No,
So,
I don't think he should.
So, what he did though, wasn't it wrong? It was wrong, right? Like, again, like...
It wasn't a high crime, was it?
It's not high crime.
What would you class as a high crime? Because how are the Democrats interpreting it? That sort of thing.
So a high crime is probably bribery, fraud, perjury. So Bill Clinton was impeached for perjury for lying. So he lied about not having,
Well under oath,
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Okay.
That famous
dress.
thing. Yeah, and then you look at Monica Lewinsky's dress and it's full of his...
Yeah, well, carry on.
Spank.
So,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
but, yeah, so it's not a high crime. Well, right, okay, so what he did, so he rang up the President Zelensky of Ukraine, and within a conversation about all sorts of stuff, I mean, he didn't mention it first, within Ukraine corruption itself.
Yeah, it's just bigging each other up.
Yeah, Zelensky was sucking him off. He was trying to cozy up to him to get more money out of him. Which, is a good tactic with Trump. You cozy up to him, you get nice stuff, Kim Jong-un did it, he kissed up to him, and he gets a bit red. Anyway. Yeah, Rocket Man, yeah. But no, so within that conversation he mentions about looking into Biden. The reason he wants to look into Biden is because his son, Hunter Biden, was on the board of a Ukrainian gas and energy company, with which he had no experience and no ties in Ukraine. And
He was just there because he's Joe Biden's son.
Yep, and also Biden bragged on national television that he withheld $1 billion of US loan guarantees to Ukraine to get a state prosecutor fired, who just happened to be looking into his son and that company.
Again, how convenient.
How convenient. From my personal opinion, I'm probably wrong, from my personal opinion, that's within state interest. If his son, he's a direct family member, if his son's on a Ukrainian gas and energy board of which has no experience, no ties in Ukraine, and then Joe Biden gets the state prosecutor fired who's looking into him and other corruption things.
Yeah, no.
Is that not in the state interest, considering he's a favourite to be president of the United States?
It must be.
Can't really argue
I think
with
no.
I don't know. But apparently, so a separate office within Congress has found that withholding the age for a political reason is against the law. But the only real problem is it's like breaking campaign finance law. There's no penalty.
I think though it's like, if you're the average voter and you're just looking at the Democrats now, and they've wasted all these 3 years, because let's be honest, he's going to get acquitted, isn't he?
Yep.
So it's like, what have the Democrats actually done?
So within the past week, right, whether you think it's a good or bad thing, Trump's passed 2 trade deals, humongous trade deals, with Canada, Mexico, and with China.
People call Trump the baby, because we had that in London, we had the big balloon.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sorry, but if anyone who's looking the baby right now in these past few years, it's
them.
probably, yeah.
Right, whether you like Trump or not, right, the amount of shit he's got done, to be fair to him,
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
like tax cuts, trade deals,
He wanted to build a wall, and to be fair,
pressure on
He's
the
got
Iranians.
that pass through.
He's building the wall.
I don't like how he got the wall through, though, isn't it? Because
Executive privilege.
yeah,
Executive
I'm
powers.
not a fan of that.
No, I must admit I'm not either. For either side, I believe using executive powers is bullshit. Basically bypasses Congress and the rest of the legislature. But no, think about the amount of stuff he's done, and think about what have the Democrats done? Well, they've just whined for 3 years. They're just going
An executive order, though, is like you need to say a crisis or something like that.
Yeah, so an executive order. So Trump's reasoning again. I think this was wrong. I mean, I agree with him building the wall, right? But the reason that the way he got it, I believe, was wrong. So an executive order basically bypasses Congress, and he basically can put in whatever he wants because he declared a national emergency on the border. But that scares me because that means if a Democrat gets into power, then they can do the exact same thing, and it can be something that I definitely don't like. So it's not fair. I don't think that's fair. I think that should be amended within the
My knee
Constitution.
accidentally touched that bit. Is that still fine?
Yeah, it'd be fine.
Lovely.
If not, I've got the audio on there.
Oh, could
Should be
be.
right.
No, but
It might come through that mic either as well.
honestly, if I had to vote between whoever the Democrat nominee is going to be for president
Mhm.
or Trump, a lot of things Trump said he wants to like.
Before you say this, carry on talking. Go on, carry on.
Tom,
Go on. No, who would you vote for?
probably Donald Trump. Come on,
Make America great.
Trump's a policeman. I'm not.
Questionable.
I don't really like Trump, but fuck it. No, but he said he wanted to build a wall. They're building a wall. America first. A lot of his policies. Don't get me wrong. Although like the trade war in China, it's not been successful that
But
much.
he is now.
He's doing.
He's done a trade deal
like he is sticking to his word on that.
with a lot of money.
Yeah, well done, mate.
Yeah.
Very much so. He's also fucking hell.
Lost his train of thought now.
jobs, which he tweets in his Twitter all the time.
Record.
Like, the amount of times I wake up and he's just tweeted jobs. Like,
You know, it's debatable whether the
Still
economy
true.
reacts that quick to a president, and whether he can be credited for the low unemployment numbers. But you know, when Black, Hispanic, and Asian unemployment is the lowest it's ever been in US history, you know, it's up to your own interpretation.
yeah, no.
No, I think I don't know. Have you got any more topics, Gad?
Oh fucking hell! I've got so much shit in there. Oh, Luke, you come up with one.
Luke,
I don't have
you got
one.
anything
I
you
think
wanna
we covered
talk
a lot of.
Fuck.
We can leave it there if you want.
No.
We've still got the quiz.
You know, my
We've still got
brother
the
brought
quiz.
me for Christmas.
What?
Brother brought me a David Cameron book.
A David Cameron?
Oh dear.
I'm going to ask you a question now.
Right, okay.
What did you think of David Cameron?
I must admit,
Shit.
I mean, from me
That's all right.
personally, I'm more interested. Stick it on. I'm more interested in US politics. I don't know really too much about Cameron's policies. How right wing he was. I don't know. You explain it to me and explain it to me because I must admit I'm not full.
Were you a massive fan of
Yeah.
David Cameron yourself?
One thing I liked about his book is it wasn't it didn't take any like sort of stance of like this is how good we were.
Mm.
A lot of it was his mistakes in government and like the situation he faced.
The
It was
Brexit
very-
vote.
Yeah.
I'm on the start bit at the moment,
Mm.
but it's like we were left with a massive fucking crisis when they went in. Because what it is, like with the Tories, when Cameron first came into power, he wanted to rebrand the party,
Mm-hmm.
which you know what I think he did.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, what didn't help their case was the crisis that we was left with economically. So we kind of didn't need the cuts and the austerity measures. Like as much as no one wants to come into government and just do that, we were left with a fucking like financial crash.
I mean, from my personal point of view, so people, especially in our generation, harp on about cuts and, you know, funding things, not enough police officers, not enough this and not enough that. Well, you know, and austerity. Well, there's a reason why. The Tories didn't do it for shits and giggles. It's because, you know what I mean? It's because, you know, fuck it, you know, we'll cut back at... No, the point was it's because Labour overspent.
Disabled cuts away!
You know, they didn't go, yeah, we're going to cut disability benefit for laugh. No, you know what I mean? You know, they didn't sit there thinking it was funny. You know, that's not going to get him elected. The reason they had to do it is because Labour spent too much fucking money and borrowed too much.
Mm.
You know, and that's kind of why the country kind of went bankrupt. I mean, obviously, you know, it didn't help with the economic crisis of 2008. But, yeah.
Also, I think with the Brexit thing, I know everyone slags him off for leaving, because the argument is he left us in
the
shit.
book.
But the thing is, and people say, there should be no referendum at all, but that turnout for that referendum was so high.
It's the biggest democratic exercise
Exactly.
in the
So
history
I can't really argue against his actions for that, because it showed it was a passion for a lot of people.
Well, it was a
and
lot.
the fact that we left, you know.
It was coming.
Yeah.
Like, if it wasn't him, it was somebody else. He was coming.
Like, although he tried to negotiate a new deal with the EU, didn't he? But it just massively
Backfired, didn't it?
Yeah, it just didn't work, did it?
I think he knew as well, and I must admit, I think he didn't want Theresa May to take over. Because I think he saw himself, he said, look, I'm a Remainer, it's not going to work if a Remainer's in charge. And then Theresa May goes to take charge.
Yeah, that's the only bad thing that happened. Theresa May came in after that, and
if it wasn't a Remainer, I think this process would have been done a long time ago.
Theresa May is... If you've got to say the worst Prime Minister of your lifetime...
We've not had Benny.
I know. Gordon Brown, yeah.
Gordon Brown.
A lot of
It's
people
between
say,
Theresa
like,
May and Gordon Brown.
a lot of people say that he, in a way, kind of saved us from further shit.
What, Gordon Brown?
Yeah.
Not by bailing out the banks for 200 billion quid. See where this authority comes in. Yeah.
Oh, do you know what, Tom? You're such a wanker.
this is what I mean. Do you know what I mean? If you spent... Yeah, okay, it's bailing out the banks, right? But it's the bank... Then that gives the banks a false sense of security because it's like too big to fail. So what? Oh, yeah, you bankrupt, you cause a global financial crisis. Oh, I don't bother, pal, here's 200 billion quid.
I think I'm having a heart attack. Fucking hell.
I'm panicking now.
I'm panicking now. Do you know what I mean, though?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, Theresa May was shit as well. I'm not defending Theresa May.
Yeah, that's what you do when someone's having a heart attack.
Yeah.
Just pat their back.
Yeah. I don't know, what about you, Luke? Who's the worst Prime Minister?
I'd probably say either Theresa May or Gordon Brown.
Theresa May.
Theresa May.
Yeah.
Because also, like, we did have the financial crisis before, like, you know, so it was...
As a campaigner, she was awful. But compared to Jeremy Corbyn, I
she
think
lost the
Jeremy
majority.
Corbyn
Like, let's be honest. When you look at Corbyn as an opposition leader, now that we look what Boris has done, he was kind of so easy to beat.
Yeah, we should.
And she struggled against him.
Hmm.
She had the most, most government defeats in history, didn't she?
Yeah, she did.
I'm sorry, she was utter shit. She was
crap.
like, don't
Utter
go,
shite.
the only thing I always say, and this is a shit pro,
What?
this is the only thing I've got for her, she did, like, do it for her country. As in, like, she did have that
The
sensitivity.
country I love.
Oh, come on, she was sick. Oh, remember the coffin? And the P45.
Oh, and the thing coming down on in the background.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just a bit of a car crash, that one.
Oh, God, and the way and then she had to, it got to a point where it's so bad she had to dance.
Oh,
It's to ABBA. To be fair, right, I'll give her that, right. She tried. I'll give her the fact she tried. She didn't half-arse it, she fully went for it.
She full send it.
But she
full
just
send
went,
it.
she just went good enough. Unfortunately. And she wasn't the right person for the job.
Yeah, no, it's true.
No.
But obviously, leave your comments, you know, you might have something different.
It was the worst.
You might say
it was the
David
best.
Cameron. They might say...
What would you say your best Prime Minister is?
Boris, no.
I'd probably say.
Probably
Because he did help us get out of shit.
Tony Blair's got to be up there. Probably not agree with him, but
you've got
to say he's up there.
What, Tony?
Be up Tony, yeah.
Love Tony.
Unless you say he's riding on the back of a global economic boom.
Best thing about Tony was, was it 2005? Do you know that small country that we went into?
We're invaded, yeah. That's
you're
a bit of a-
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Many people died.
Yeah. No, technically a war criminal. But, you know, it was an illegal war.
So it's for people that lost their lives in the war.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, we were joking about you before. So, these... Right, so on war crimes,
Moving on.
right? On war crimes. So, I mean, these two didn't make it in today, did you?
No, I accidentally. What it is, I was
No
walking to
comment.
school. Do you know the Iranian military guard?
Oh, yeah.
They called me, and it was just all a bit.
Oh,
Yeah.
What about you, Luke? What's yours?
Yeah. No, I did attend
No, he's on my
I did attend two seminars.
We got raped 10 times until we started crying. Anyway.
Anyway, back to
That's
just a
that.
funny thing on war crimes. So I think it's Aung Suu Kyi is her name. Can you remember that woman who was in prison for Burma for a long time fighting for democracy?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do remember her, yeah.
Do you remember her? That woman in Burma, she was in prison for ages, fighting for democracy. Really like skinny, scrawny.
Democracy's a laugh, isn't it?
Oh no. Why not?
Is it even a thing?
Yeah, no. Oh, are you Plato?
Yeah.
I'll tell you something even funnier. Equality. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
You're getting
I
cancelled.
just say really bad shit.
Cancel culture.
YouTube.
Yeah. Cancel culture. Come for this man right here.
I'm going to be on BBC News tomorrow. You racist, and you.
Racist Palace fan.
Daily Mail.
But
I
no,
represent the side of the world.
no, that Aung Suu Kyi, she's she was a fighter for democracy in Burma. She's now on the trial. She's now on trial at UN for war crimes. Yeah, genocide. Big one. Big boy show.
Good laugh that.
What you in for? Murder. What you in for? Burglary. What you in for? Genocide.
Oh God.
Oh no, it is really bad. It's the genocide of the Rohingya Muslims in Burma.
Oh, I'll tell
God,
you,
yeah.
this is what I wanted to say, because
there you go.
why has no one spoke about this issue, please?
China.
China and the
Uyghurs. Uyghur Muslims.
so it's like
It's not on the news.
Faction.
Yeah, it's again.
I won't be
it's
surprised
another-
you've never heard it because it's never been on the
Yeah,
mainstream
honestly,
news.
Yeah, it's
Right.
not on mainstream media. There's currently,
How the fuck is it not?
at current estimates, there are about 1 million Uyghur Muslims who are a minority population in the Xinjiang region of China, like northwest China.
Hmm.
There's about 1 million of them in re-education camps. Where have I heard that one before? Oh shit!
Did he have a little moustache and
yeah,
he went a bit like that? Yeah.
red armband. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's about 1 million of him.
Looked kind of cute with his head to the side. So.
Oh, for God's sake.
Oh,
but moving on.
Yeah, but yeah,
Very sorry for that.
but yeah, no, it is a good topic to bring up. Yeah, basically, there's about 1 million of them in re-education camps.
I just thought, because why is no one talking about it? That's the question I want to say though.
Because we buy all our stuff from China. That's why. We've got the amount of trade deals we probably have with China, or exports we probably buy from China. It's like why we never talk about.
It's sad though that.
It's why we never talk about the Saudis, because we've got $50 billion worth of arms deals.
I've got another sick topic.
Come on. Right, sorry guys, we had a few technical difficulties.
Oh, Christ.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, that's
Still
it.
happening. No, basically the microphone fell down. But no, should be alright now. I think that's... It's not...
Don't oh my God.
No, it's fine, it's fine. There we go. Right,
Ah, cool.
we're back.
Yeah,
We're fine.
basically, Ricky Gervais's takedown of the Golden Globe. Come on, wait.
That's got to be
Speak,
one up there with the
please.
most legendary.
Yeah, he did the, Epstein didn't kill himself joke. What was it?
It's it's when he do you know when the audience go ooh, and then he goes, "Shut up! I know he's your friend." Like it's just like,
Basically, he basically ripped Hollywood. He was, basically saying, they're all climate activists, but they're all going around in private jets. And then saying, you were in no position to go up and lecture us, you spent less time in school than Greta Thunberg.
and then Michelle Williams, who left school at the age of 15.
To pursue her acting career, then got up and lectures us all on political opinions. Literally fell exactly into his trap, and everyone laughed at her.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah.
Joe's one of the best comedians in England, probably in the world.
Have you seen Humanity yet?
No, I've not seen it.
Fucking hell, man! I keep saying to you, sit.
I
Then
will-
watch
I will
Afterlife.
watch it. I will.
I've watched Afterlife, that's really good.
Yeah, you've
Yeah.
not seen
I-
Humanity yet.
I've not seen Humanity yet.
Okay. Right, you know his big thing, like one of his main themes in his comedy is freedom, like anti-political correctness. He absolutely destroys it. He honestly, he fucking murders the old shit.
Got to watch that.
I'm never going to
to
be able to be Prime Minister because of this video, so
Recommended watch them Humanity.
Yeah, definitely.
I think I've joked about rape on this show. Like, I'm not really
For
helped
God's sake.
I'm very sorry, guys.
I think with that one then, we'll go to the quiz.
We'll go to the quiz, yeah.
What's the quiz?
Basically,
Well-
10 questions, you two face off against each other.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, a
Alright.
little wink. It's not every day you find love on a chat show.
On a podcast.
Right guys, we'll see you later in the quiz. Hey guys, so welcome back to the quiz. We're going to do
Hi.
10 questions, Gav versus Luke. You alright?
Go on then, yeah.
Alright,
Make the best
thank
man
you.
win.
So this one's just general knowledge, this one.
Okay.
So, right, kicking off, question 1. What year did Albert Einstein die? 1954, 1949, 1960 or 1955?
1954.
Can I say the same answer?
You saying the same?
Yeah.
You're both wrong, it's 1955.
I literally said that, man. No, man. Fucking hell, man. Jesus, man.
Oh, come on, mate.
Right, question number 2. Which is the largest planet in the solar system? Jupiter, Neptune, Earth or Mars?
Jupiter.
Yeah, you're correct, it's Jupiter. That's
Yes,
one
come
mark.
on.
You can't just go for the same answers, you're against
you
each
are
other.
That was obvious.
You are being a twat right now.
Yeah, no.
Right, number
Just say
3.
Saturn. Let me get the 3 points.
Right, this...
I'm sorry, mate.
That's
Right, okay. So, excluding Trump, right, excluding Trump, how many presidents have there been so far of the United States of America?
Okay.
Excluding Trump.
So, like,
How many presidents before him?
44.
What are you saying?
44.
Yeah, it's 44.
Can you stop? Stop!
Do you want me to answer first? I can easily answer first.
No, because then I'm going to copy.
I don't, right, apologies, but I don't know how to pronounce this. What colour is... right, it's spelled
Get this guy.
Cerulean.
Can I just spell it?
Cel-
Can I just... Cerulean.
Cerulean. There you go.
Phrase that wrong.
Yeah, C-E-R...
I've got a
Wait, is it red, blue, yellow or green?
Red.
blue.
Red.
What do you say?
Blue.
Yeah, you're correct, it's blue.
You can't...
Come on!
Oh,
One
yeah,
time I
sorry,
got copies.
Yeah, yeah. Say what you
You're a
want.
cunt.
Free speech, man.
Yeah.
Right.
Free
Oh, you
pictures.
just touched my knee.
What are a group of dolphins called? A shoal, a herd, a pod or a pool?
Sure. On the first one.
You both saying shoal?
Yeah.
Both wrong, it's 3. It's pod.
Right, can
Stop
you...
copying me.
Mate.
You can't copy each other, get it wrong.
Oh, fuck's
Right.
sake.
This one, to be fair, this one's pretty well known. Who discovered penicillin? Alexander Fleming, Thomas Edison, Marie Curie or George Orwell?
Fleming.
Who's saying what?
Wait. Hang on.
Fleming.
You saying Fleming?
Yeah.
What are you saying? You've got
Yeah.
Fleming, Edison, Marie Curie.
Actually, Murray.
You saying Marie Curie?
Yeah.
Shit, I don't know. Well, so Fleming, Marie
Right,
Curie,
you've got
Edison, or
Fleming, Edison, Marie Curie or George Orwell?
oh, Curie. I was going to say Marie
You say
Curie.
Marie Curie?
Yeah.
What are you saying?
Fleming.
Fleming?
Yeah.
You're correct, it's Fleming.
Yeah,
I
you
was gonna say-
bender!
I thought-
You fucking wanker.
I thought you'd fucked it because you said Fleming first time.
Do you know what it is? I realised he kept copying me because he said Curie at first and then he went Fleming.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I started saying all of them. Like,
And you went Edison because he invented the light bulb. And Orwell wrote Animal Farm, so it won't be him.
Edison in Kansas City. He can't do that.
Hey!
Hey! Wankers. Okay.
Right, question 7. What date was President John F. Kennedy assassinated? November 22nd, 1962, November 22nd, 1963, October 29th, 1964, or November 24th, 1962?
1963.
19.
You saying 63 one?
Can I just say all the options? Just hide it for me.
Right.
Alright. 1963 one.
You saying the 1963? You saying 63?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're correct, it's 63.
Stop copying me, man.
Outside
I was joking. I was
Outside the
joking.
Texas School Depository in Dallas. Question 8. How many men have walked on the moon? If you believe we went to the moon. We will
No.
do a conspiracies podcast.
Oh, yes.
We'll go deep in it. We'll go balls deep into some shit.
9/11 wasn't real. Anyway.
Epstein didn't kill himself. That's the third time.
That, yeah, I'll probably go into that one as well. But yeah, how many men have walked in the moon?
Apologies to the victims.
10, 5, 12 or 9?
12. 5.
Correct answer is 12.
Hey!
It's not going well, boys.
Oh, wanker.
Right, this one's an acting question, this one.
Oh, fuck.
Who has won the most Academy Awards? James Cameron, Walt Disney, Katharine Hepburn or Steven Spielberg?
Spielberg.
Oh, you.
Are you both saying Spielberg?
Yeah.
Wrong, it's Walt Disney.
We got this, lads.
And question number...
So I need to win this, you need to lose. Oh, God.
Question number 10.
Hang on a minute, I've just realised something.
What?
If I just copy him for the rest of the answers...
You're a prick.
Because I'm
You're
gonna
actually a
leave.
dickhead. No,
I'm
don't.
free.
I'll tell you what, I won't read out the answers this time then.
Okay.
Nah.
Yeah, I'm alright with that. Yeah, I'm alright with that. Because
Right.
you've just
No,
revealed
it's not a choice.
your tactic. No, it's alright. It's your fault.
Well, if you're going to go for the same as him...
No, I won't. I really won't. This time I promise.
Oh, you're gonna have to. If you get the same, you're gonna have to rock paper scissors. Right. I'll tell you what. I'll read them out, right, and then you both say them at the same time. If you've got the same time, do rock paper scissors.
Okay.
See who gets it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you never know. You might be wrong. Anyway, what is the currency of Brazil? The dollar, the baht, the real, or the krona? 3, 2.
The Real.
Real.
Rock paper scissors. Come on.
No, because I said it first. I said
no. You both said.
no. Come on.
No.
Hey,
You went
No,
3,
no,
2,
you
1.
literally.
I said-
You're
I
I'm the guest. You invited me and you're being rude already. I'm not having that. Nah. No, let's do rock paper scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors. Oh, you.
Wanker.
So you're taking the real, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're correct.
Yeah, wanker. 3-1 win. Come on, lad.
3-1 win for Gav there.
Oh,
So
no.
there we go.
I win.
Yeah, you win. You can win.
I can't believe I got the Barry
Wait,
3 one wrong.
well done, mate.
Well done, mate.
We still haven't got a trophy. Well done, sir.
We haven't got a trophy.
Yeah, we haven't got a trophy. We will get one. We'll get a little.
I'll just take your calendar.
No, I can't. That's mine. No. But yeah, thanks so much, guys, for watching again.
Thank you.
Hopefully, I haven't switched off. By
I love
this
you
point.
guys.
Exactly, and we
Yeah.
will get Gav back on at some point.
Can I?
Yeah, of course.
No, I enjoyed it, you know. Like, I thought it was just going to be two snobs talking about shit.
No.
Because I at first didn't really like you guys.
Oh, no.
Then I
yeah,
found that you're not cunts and you're actually right.
Yeah, that's good to hear, mate. That's good to hear.
Yeah, you're not stuck up, are you?
Not exactly.
Try not to be.
Yeah, try not to be. Yeah. But no, thanks so much, guys, for watching.
Brilliant, thank you.
And we will see you next time. Bye bye.
Peace.